Hey friends, Happy New Year! January is always an interesting transition period where we've wrapped up all of our holiday celebrations and we're getting back to our routines, going back to work, cleaning the house, working out. I like to spend the first few days of the new year kind of slow and intentional and gently prepping for the new year. So that's what we're going to do today. In this video, I'm walking you through the exact system that I've used the last 4 years. First as a full-time artist, and now as a creator, splitting my time with a day job and a freelance art career on the side to reflect and reset and plan the year without burning out by February. And a quick note on why I even care about these things. I've worked in tech as a program manager for over 10 years, and my job involves road mapping, planning, and aligning teams around a long-term vision. And there's a reason why product teams just don't say, let's build cool stuff this year. They look back at data, define a strategy, and then translate that into measurable plans. There's also research that shows that people who write down and review their goals regularly are significantly more likely to complete them. Not because they're motivated, but because it's more clear. So the thing to keep in mind is clarity beats motivation. All right, let's go. Okay, I'm really excited because this is the first time I'm recording with this setup. Like I mentioned, I'm gonna give you a full breakdown and kind of give you a behind the scenes of what is going on in my brain and how I like to plan for my business. So you can see I have a lot of docs and folders here. The first thing I want to start with is the 2025 retro and look ahead. Before you start planning anything, you need to set the right context. I'd like to do an end of year reflection focusing on 3 areas: personal, work, and creative. I'm not asking myself, did I hit my goals? But I'm asking myself questions like, what actually worked this year? What drained my energy? Where did I grow without realizing it? And so I have a lot of those sorts of questions listed here. It's a little personal, but you can take a look. Another one that I like is which individuals made the most impact in my life. Some of this is uncomfortable, but avoiding it is how you put yourself at risk of repeating the same mistakes. And then another thing that I like to do is do a look forward exercise. So asking myself things that help me think about what I want my next year to look like. So I do this in Notion, but this can be done in a Google Doc or in a notebook or whatever you prefer. The tool really doesn't matter, the thinking does. And I actually made a template of this so you can download it using the link in my description to follow along. A few years ago, I went through a full rebrand of my creative business. I was going by Spark Letters, and then I decided to rename it under my name, Chie. And I was working at Facebook at the time as a design program manager. One thing that stuck with me was how seriously these creative teams treated their mission and visions, not as fluffy statements, but actual decision-making tools. So the next step that I follow is going through this creative vision mapping exercise. And your mission is supposed to answer the question, why do I exist? And your vision answers, what does success look like? So I have this doc where I go over all of these questions that relate to me, my business, what I aspire to do, and what are some of the offerings that I want to have for my community and audience. So there's a lot of prompts, but I go through this exercise every single year, and the answers evolve over time, but it helps me stay grounded, especially when I'm tempted to chase all of these new ideas. So if your goals don't ladder up to your mission, then they'll start to feel really random, and you'll always feel left behind. All right, step 3. So now we're getting into road mapping. This is where my tech brain fully kicks in. So in tech, every team creates a roadmap, not because they know their future, but because it forces them to prioritize. The biggest mistake I see a lot of creatives make is setting very vague goals. Things like, I want to do more art, or I want to grow online. That's not really a plan, that's more of a wish. So instead of saying, I want to make more art, try something like, I want to complete a finished painting every quarter. That way we can actually measure the progress. So I like to look at the mission and vision statements that I wrote in my previous step and start to brainstorm project ideas. And these can be dream projects or more practical ones, and see which ones I keep circling back to. So now, once I have clarity on what I actually want to do, then I start planning. I like to map my projects across quarters, so Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. And then I zoom in to monthly planning. And this is where the visual mapping really helps me. So you can see it's broken down by quarters, months within the quarter. So in Q1, I have January, February, March goals. And for each month, I have specific mini projects that I am working to complete, and I can mark the status of each thing just to keep track. And if I start to see that one month is extremely stacked, then I take that as a signal. And at the start of the year, I actually only plan from January to March because I know that life happens, things change, energies evolve. And I've learned that over planning is the same as fake productivity. Okay, finally, we're going into execution. So I take my monthly priorities and break them down into smaller steps. And then I put them in a Kanban board that looks like this. It has different sections where you can move your task. When I come up with a step that I need to accomplish, and then I will write that down, like record video. And then the step after that would be edit video, and then publish video. So you can see you can break down your whole process of publishing a video into smaller steps. And once you are in the process of working on that, then you can move it over to the doing column. And once I'm done recording this video, I will move it over to the done section. And so as the months go on and you get through all of these projects, eventually everything should move over to done. And, you know, as a month goes by, if I realize that I don't have time for it, or if I want to deprioritize it, then I typically just move it over to the next month so it disappears. This tool is straight out of project management, and it works insanely well for creative work because it reduces friction. And momentum comes from finishing things, not from having perfect plans. All right, so that is my whole year-end reflection and New Year planning process. This system that I put together over the years has helped me stay grounded for the past decade through career changes, creative burnout, and building a business alongside a full-time job. If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments below. And if you want the Notion template that I mentioned earlier, then you can find that in the description. And if you want more videos like this where I'm walking you through my process, let me know and like and subscribe. All right, I'll see you at the next one. Bye.